Good morning, everyone. I'm a little late today. I had an action-packed weekend, and it's funny because I was just like reviewing what I'm gonna talk to you all about today, and I looked at last week, which was all about the divine feminine and resting and all the things. So my divine masculine was like in full on action mode where I was talking with a friend and I was just like, I have not done this much since like pre-COVID. And then I actually was like, actually, I don't think I've done this much since before Jack died. So Wednesday was my daughter's, hi Rachel, was my twins' 13th birthday. And so we did stuff for that. And then they had their first dance on Friday. So we did stuff for that. And then Saturday was their birthday party. So I took them to an escape room, which was so much fun. I love escape rooms. So if you like escape rooms, like drop a blow because I love it. And if you live in the Seattle area, you have to go to Le Curio in Fremont. It's really cool. And then we went to a vintage shopping thing and I got these cool earrings. And then I had 7 13-year-olds at my house and then until Sunday. And then we got invited to go to brunch and to a Sounders game on Sunday. So I'm like, I got home, it was like 5:30 and I was like, dinner's on all of you and I'm getting in bed. And so I slept in and did all the things. So anyway, my divine masculine was in charge this weekend. So, but what I want to talk with you all today about is my other favorite F word. And as you know, I'm from New York, so I like to curse. But we are not talking about that today. We are talking about fear and how it shows up in our life. Okay, so I always kind of joke there, not joke, but there are three favorite acronyms for fear, okay? One is false evidence appearing real, okay? False evidence appearing real, fear, right? Another one is fuck everything and run, okay? Which is very primal, all right? And then the one that I really like is face everything and rise. Either face everything and rise and or feel everything and rise is another way to put it. So fear is a survival mechanism, okay? And it has kept humans safe for eons. But did you know that there are 4 types of fear? And I'm also going to talk about like how you can move quickly out of fear. Okay, so the 4 types of fear are, and if you follow me for a while, you probably all know this, and I have a bunch of new people to the group, and I apologize for not putting up the welcome to the group thing. I just haven't done that. So welcome to the group. And introduce yourself. So the 4 types of fear are fight and flight, which a lot of people have heard. And there's also freeze and fawn, which is kind of my favorite one because it applies a lot to women based on conditioning and also biology. And they show up in your body 2 different ways, either through your sympathetic nervous system or your parasympathetic nervous system. So your sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight mode, right? Where the adrenaline is pumping and you are literally like, I either have to fight my way out of here or I have to flee, right? So your heart's beating, your voice gets stuttered or stammered, you start to get hot, you sweat, you feel shaky. That is all the fight or flight, sympathetic nervous system kicking in, okay? Conversely, we have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is where the freeze and fawn response lives. Fawn, they're still finding out research about, so it may or may not be in the parasympathetic, but how cute is that? Just got those. And the parasympathetic nervous system, your whole body shuts down. Okay. It's like you're in that cave. Okay. You are in the ball. You're the little, animal that's like just drinking some water by the river and then like feels like this predator is going to come. So instead of fighting or flighting, it literally keels over and plays dead. It's like the deer in the headlights. Okay. These are all freeze responses. Okay. And so in that case, your heart rate goes down, your body gets cold, your breathing gets really shallow. And so that's the freeze response. The fawn response is fascinating. Okay. This is basically what they call tending and befriending. Okay. So in order to keep you safe. So tending and befriending looks a lot like people pleasing. Okay. And so biologically, female humans are not built the same as male humans. And so we have learned, and our amygdala has taught us how to survive in different ways. And so tending and befriending is basically going, okay, let me align with you, or let me I don't feel so safe, but we're like, let me see how I could potentially get out of this situation, and let me tend to you so I could keep myself safe. Okay. And so that also, like I said, is very similar to people pleasing, to overdoing, and to befriend somebody to stay safe. It's a lot of times working with survivors of domestic violence over the years. A lot of times people ask, well, why didn't they just leave? Right? Well, I mean, there's a lot of psychological and emotional trauma as well as physical trauma. But what happens is the person who's being victimized is learning how to tend and befriend, and to kind of walk on eggshells and like make sure they're doing everything right. So they could stay safe. So that is fawning. Okay. And so what do you do when you're either in that space of fight or flight, or freeze or fawn? So if you were in fight or flight and you're getting hot and you're like, heart is racing and you're just like, right? The number one thing to do is go get ice water with ice in it, or ice packs, because you can't talk yourself out of being in a fear state, because it's activating a different part of your brain, which is the amygdala. So you can't be like, okay, fear, let's just calm down, because your prefrontal cortex and your amygdala can't work at the same time. Like the amygdala has taken over. Okay. It's kind of like a temper tantruming toddler. You can't rationalize with them, right? Because their amygdala is activated. So you want to work physiologically. So go get yourself some ice water or an ice pack, and then just put it someplace on your body intuitively, and it will cool your body down. When your body starts to cool down, it sends the message to your brain, she's no longer getting attacked by a saber-toothed tiger. We could literally chill out. Okay. I have had people have ice packs in their cars for like rage. I should probably have that too, because I don't know, Seattle drivers cannot drive. But ice packs, ice water, anything cooling. Conversely, if you are going into freeze or fawn mode, we want to warm your body up. Okay. Because like I said, your body gets cold, you have shallow breathing, all that kind of stuff, right? So anything to warm yourself up, like an electric blanket, or, herbal tea, or a weighted blanket is another good one. Or anything, like fleecy or whatever, anything to warm your body up, to get yourself out of that deer in the headlights. And so that you could, because once you're there, then your prefrontal cortex can take over and get you back on track. And then it's about, okay, I'm getting back on track. And now it's literally baby steps to go, okay, what is the first thing I have to do in this situation, you know, whatever the situation, it could be work or whatever. So that is what I wanted to share today. So thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your week. And I will see you in the group all week, and I'll see you next Monday as well. Mwah. Bye.